An article was published by PolitiFact.com, David Hogg not at school during shooting. Bloggers spread misinformation. Multiple internet bloggers falsely claimed that student David Hogg was not on the campus of Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School when the school shooting happened February 14. The inaccurate claims surfaced after CBS News produced 39 Days, a documentary of several Stoneman Douglas High School students including Hogg. At the beginning of the video, Hogg, described as a student journalist, explained his immediate actions following the shooting that left 17 people dead. Some bloggers took the 14-second soundbite to insinuate that Hogg wasn't actually at school when the shooting took place. In a recently leaked excerpt of a CBS documentary, David Hogg admits he was at home during the Parkland shooting, reads the opening of a story on squawker.org. People questioned how Hogg could be at school when the shooting started and also be riding his bike 3 miles to get his camera. And if Hogg really did leave school, how did he get back onto campus if the area was on lockdown? The timeline presented in this way is a bit confusing, but the blogs didn't try to fairly settle the seeming discrepancy. Here's what happened. Hogg was at the school during the shooting. Hogg shot a video on his cell phone while taking cover in a classroom closet. Sometime after that, he went home. At around 6 p.m., Hogg went back to get interviews, according to Vox. The evening after the shooting, Hogg says, he biked up to the school, where the media was still camped out, the article says. This time, he put himself in front of the camera, making his first, but not final, plea for an end to mass shootings.
On the day of the shooting, I got my camera and got on my bike and rode as fast as I could 3 miles from my house to the school to get as much video and get on as many interviews as I could, because I knew that this could not be another mass shooting.
What the hell did you just say?
On the day of the shooting, I got my camera and got on my bike and rode as fast as I could 3 miles from my house to the school.
So right now we're in a school, an active shooter. It's not a drill, and it's currently...
Hello?
It's 2:52.
Where are you right now?
I heard one gunshot, and we thought it was a drill initially, but it's not. Hopefully I live through this.
At around 2:30, we heard a gunshot in my AP Environmental Science class, and we initially thought it was a drill, and then we heard more gunshots, and that was when we realized this was not a drill. This was life or death. So it's now 3:13, and we've heard supposedly it's a senior, not confirmed at all. The senior is believed to be named Nick Cruz, but this has not been confirmed. This is the latest information that we have, though. We still believe that the person has been neutralized, but we're still currently on lockdown.
We're on lockdown because there was an active shooting. We thought it was a fire drill and went outside, and then people started running because there were shots. I didn't hear them personally, and then I started running.
So
Once my phone is dirty, I'm done recording.
So what's your message?
I really don't think there's anything new to say, but there shouldn't have to be, because if you looked around this closet and saw everyone just hiding together, you would know that this shouldn't be happening anymore, and that it doesn't deserve to happen to anyone, and that no amount of money should make it more easily accessible to get guns. And that's that. That was more well articulated in my head.
You want to say anything else?
No.
This is Alex's view. This recording was taken at 9:32, February 14th, 2018. Alex, are you okay with me recording this?
Yes, I am okay with you recording this.
Okay.
I personally have rallied for, gun rights and less control, not necessarily less control, but this experience has definitely changed my viewpoints. I wanted to be a junior NRA member. I wanted to learn how to hunt. I was always fascinated by guns as a young girl, but this experience was so traumatizing to the point where now I can't even fathom the idea of a gun in my house or on my bodice. I did have plans for my 18th birthday to go to Nexus Gun Range and learn how to shoot, But at this point, I don't even want to be behind a gun. I don't want to be the person behind a bullet because I don't want to be the person to point a bullet at someone. And to have the bullet pointed at me, my school, my classmates, my teachers, my mentors, it's definitely eye-opening to the fact that we need more gun control in our country, because for this to happen and for people to be so neutralized to it. I even texted my sisters, shooting at my school, I am safe. They both responded with, OMG, LOL, you're funny. Now that's a problem in society, and it's a bigger problem in America, and it needs to be fixed. And I believe the most definite way to fix it is by changing our laws when it comes to gun ownership.
The fact that this has happened so much, that school shootings have happened so much, to the point that we need drills for them almost as often as fire drills, is unacceptable. I call on the legislators of this country to take action and stop this from happening. Thousands of people have died from gun violence, and it's time to take a stand. Forget the NRA, forget all of the political backing. Take a stance for human lives, for children's lives.
All right, so we made it out.
Calm down, everything's fine.
FBI.
The classroom was actually eerily quiet. It was a lot of people calling their parents, obviously frantically calling their parents, wanting to make sure that they're letting them know that they're okay. But sadly, my sister luckily survived the situation in our newsroom at WMSD TV, but her two best friends died. And it's unbelievable, it's unfathomable to think about. The fact that my sister is calling me at 5 in the morning when I'm out doing interviews when I should be in school is a testament to where this country has come. And the fact that we have to deal with these situations again and again and again is unacceptable. How many children are going to have to die until we actually stand up and say this is not okay? Because we can say that it's not okay, and we can have all these ideas, but without action, these ideas remain ideas, and children die as a result. So we're live on YouTube. Flip this around. Okay. Let me tweet this out. Everybody's watching that.
Yeah, tweet it out. That's what I was really. I feel like I should change my stuff to match my name.
What do you mean?
Like if you look my name up on it, doesn't show up.
Can you guys look up? Is anybody on here? If give us a thumbs up if you can. Okay, people are starting to come on. The tweet went out. Can you guys check my just to make sure that people saw it?
Wait.
I have 1%.
Wait, what's happening?
Just look at my Twitter.
Wait. I'm really hungry.
Yeah, students of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School react.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm really hungry.
If you want to send your love, what you can do is you can. Here, you guys, whatever. One of you should get up and be a cameraman, probably, and we can switch out. Okay. So, what we're gonna do here is, we aren't actors. We're students. We're people that had friends die. My sister has been crying so much because she lost her 3 best friends that she can't even fucking speak. She can't even speak. That's unacceptable. Imagine you going to your 14-year-old, having a 14-year-old sister as a 17-year-old, and having them cry all night long, and not being able to say anything that could make it better. So, what are you guys feeling right now? Give an update to everybody that's here. And for everybody that's recently joined us, what we're doing right here is we're here at Stoneman Douglas High School, right outside of it. We can see the blue lights of the still stagnant police cars that are blocking off the street in the front. You can turn to it if you want to look over there. None of us are actors because for some godforsaken reason, some people are saying that. I don't know why, but it's awful. We are all students that had to witness this tragic event, and it's something that we don't want to see anybody else go through. So what I ask of you is, share this with your congressman, share this on Twitter, share this anywhere that you can get it. Get more people watching, because the more people watch, the more of a better chance we're going to have of not having this be just another mass shooting, because sadly, that's what this is becoming. I was too scared. Okay. We're going to interview some of the students now.
The way Rick Scott has been talking about it is like, when the shooter arrives, we need a metal detector and a guard.
Point, with Rick Scott, it's like, when I get elected to Senate, we're not going to let that happen. What sick are out there that want to continue to sell more guns, murder more children, and honestly just get reelected? What type of person are you when you want to see more money than children's lives? What type of person does that? We have to use our white privilege now to make sure that all of the voices that all of the people that have died as a result of this and haven't been covered the same can now be heard. Come back from spring break, they're requiring all of us to have clear backpacks. It's unnecessary, it's embarrassing for a lot of the students, and it makes them feel isolated and separated from the rest of American school culture, where they're having essentially their First Amendment rights infringed upon because they can't freely wear whatever backpack they want.
So controlling your backpack abridges your First Amendment rights because the First Amendment applies to backpacks, but the Second Amendment does not apply to firearms. How does that work exactly?
Every moment will be dedicated to those pieces of legislation. Every march, every meeting, every moment. All for that assault weapons ban, to keep these weapons of war out of the hands of civilians who do not need them.
I want people to understand, we're not trying to take your guns.
All for the prohibition of high-capacity magazines, because no hunter will ever need access to a magazine that can kill 17 in mere minutes.
We're not against the Second Amendment.
When they give us that inch, that bump stock ban, we will take a mile. We are not here for breadcrumbs, we are here for real change.
We're not trying to take your guns.
The people demand a law banning the sale of assault weapons.
We're not trying to take your guns.
The people demand we prohibit the sale of high-capacity magazines.
We're not against the Second Amendment.
The people demand universal background checks.
We're not against the Second Amendment.
We are here to call out every single politician, to force them into enacting this legislation. They know that if there is no assault weapons ban passed, then we will vote them out.
We're not trying to take your guns.
We had a fire alarm earlier that day, and that was a drill, so we thought this was a drill too, just another one. Because we have a lot of fire alarms, a lot of fire drills at the school. After we heard the first gunshot, we initially thought it was a drill. Actually, that was a bad choice. Hold on,
it's okay, you're fine.
Actually, that was a bad choice because the janitor, sorry.
It's okay, you're fine, David, you're fine.
Honestly, when I was going out, I was kind of hold on.
It's okay.
When I was going out, I was in shock.
Yeah, saying I don't know how to put this in perspective.
What the hell did you just say?
Yeah, I don't know how to put this in perspective.
I want people to understand, we're not trying to take your guns. We're not against the Second Amendment.
The people demand universal background checks.
We're not against the Second Amendment.
On the day of the shooting, I got my camera and got on my bike and rode as fast as I could 3 miles from my house to the school. So yesterday I was in my AP Environmental Science class that I go to Stoneman Douglas High School.
We're not trying to take your guns.
Her 2 best friends died because she lost her 3 best friends.